Topic 9.4, dividing with remainders. Your objective for today is I will use counters to model division with remainders. The new vocabulary word I want you to add in your notes today is remainder. A remainder is when a number is left over in a division problem. A little review. Compatible numbers are numbers that are easy to compute mentally. A quotient is the answer to a division problem. The divisor is the one who does the dividing. And the dividend is the number that is being divided. Here's a problem I want you to write in your notes. Josh has 14 trophies and 4 shelves. He wants to put the same number of trophies on each shelf. How many trophies will be on each shelf? And how many trophies will be left over? Okay, first thing I need to do is cube my problem. I need to circle my numbers. I have 14 trophies and 4 shelves. Underline the question. For this particular problem, I have 2 different questions, but I'm going to remember to solve them one at a time. Box in all the important numbers, or important information. How many trophies? So trophies will be my label for that one, and how many trophies will be left over. So both parts of my answer are both going to have the label of trophies. Eliminate any information I don't need. Most of the information in this problem is important, because even in this sentence that says he wants to put the same number of trophies on each shelf is important and reminds me that I'm going to be dividing in this particular problem. I'm taking a look at this model. I have my problem. I have 14 trophies and 4 shelves. So I have each of my shelves. Each line represents one shelf. I'm going to divide out my 14 between these 4. So using what I know, I'm going to start by putting 1 on each shelf. Okay, that automatically, if I have 14, that automatically is going to take 4 away, which leaves me 10 left over. Okay, so I'm going to add another 4. Okay, so now I'm subtracting 4 again. Okay, which leaves me with 6 on each shelf. I'm going to take out, or 6 left over, so I'm taking another 4, because I still can, which leaves me with 2 left over on there. Okay, so every time I'm subtracting until I have a number left that I can't really work with anymore. So at this point, each one of my shelf has 3 trophies on it, and then I have 4 shelves. So my 2 that I have left over, I don't have enough to put 1 on each shelf. So right now I'm not going to worry about that. When we work with division, we're actually trying to set it up like a normal division problem, such as this, 14 divided by 4. Remembering that the division problem, when it's set like this, the number that is underneath my division bar, that's this thing right here, that's my division bar, the number that is underneath that is what I refer to as my dividend, or the number that's being divided. My divisor is out here. Okay, it's on the outside, so I read it as 4 as my divisor. But when I want to read my problem, I have 14 divided by 4. So it's set up a little bit different than when I just read it this way, 14 divided by 4. But when I set up my division problem like this, I need to follow some steps. So you must write these steps down in your journal. I have D, M, S, C, B. So all the red, each one stands for something different. So my first step in my division, that's set up like this, would be to divide. Okay, I always look to the first number. Okay, can 4 go into 1? I know that it cannot. So I'm going to look at the whole number, 4 into 14. So remember, all division problems can be reset up as a multiplication problem. So I think to myself, 4 times what equals 14? Think about my multiplication facts. So 4 goes into 14 3 times. So 4 times 3 equals something. Okay, it doesn't equal 14, but it equals something close to that. Okay, so I know that I have 3 times 4. So my second step is multiply. So I already divided 14 divided by 4 and found that 4 goes into 14 3 times. Now I need to multiply the number here times the number that's up here. 4 times 3 gives me 12. I write that number down here and then I subtract. So I'm still following these steps over here. So now I have 14 minus 12, which gives me 2. Okay, I'm checking to see if there's anything left. If there's any numbers over on this side, I would then bring those numbers down, but there's nothing. So I think 4 into 2, that doesn't work. So if it cannot go into that, then I have my remainder. So I have 2 left over. So 3 trophies can go on each shelf. but then I'll have 2 trophies left over to put somewhere else. Here's another problem to go along with it. Suppose Josh decides to place his 14 trophies on 5 shelves. If he wants to put the same number of trophies on each shelf, how many trophies can he put on each shelf? So now, taking a look at this problem, I have 5 shelves this time. So I could draw out and have my model here. So I could separate all of these out just like I did last time. Put one on there, and then I'm going to put another one on there. I know that I have 5 shelves. There's 2 on there. So as of right now, I have 14 minus 10. Okay, which gives me 4 left over. I have 5 shelves, and I have 4 trophies left over. Again, if that number that I have right here is smaller than the divisor that I'm working with, then it's not going to be possible, and that is going to be my remainder. So if I have 5 shelves, Josh is going to be able to put 2 trophies on each shelf. But if I were actually solving that, using what I just learned about division, I would then do this. 14 divided by 5. Again, I know 5 times 2 is 10. Do my subtraction, and I would have 2 remainder 4 in my problem.